Welcome to Fight News Now Extra. It's John Pollock with you. We've got lots of news today sending you into the weekend, including a highly anticipated middleweight fight is off. We're going to hear from Conor McGregor and Donald Cerrone, and Bellator makes a big signing as they turn back the clock. Conor McGregor has been front and center all week long in Boston promoting this Sunday's card and his bout with Dennis Siver. McGregor spoke to members of the media about Siver and potentially being one fight away from challenging for the featherweight title.
I don't look past anyone, I look through them, and the goal at the end of the day is world titles. Like I said, I came into this promotion as a two-weight world champion. I vacated them belts when I signed with the UFC, and I'm in the process of regaining them again. How can you disrespect a man that has been popped for a substance that hides the substance? It's a different level of cheating. He cannot claim to be disrespectful and claim that when he has done what he has done. It's that simple. So I do not care what he thinks. I do not care what anyone thinks. I'm here on my own journey, and I'm doing my thing. So.
Donald Cerrone looks for his 7th consecutive victory this Sunday with a tall task in front of him in Benson Henderson. Cerrone only fought 2 weeks ago at UFC 182 and spoke to MMAfighting.com regarding his 3rd bout with Benson Henderson and the quick turnaround.
Win or lose, draw, I just want to keep fighting. I enjoy this scared feeling that I'm here. Like, oh shit, I was just driving home from Vegas and got the call from Dana, and now I'm here, no workout, 2 days I'm fighting. So it's about to get real quick.
One of the more anticipated fights over the next couple of months has been shelved as Ronaldo Jacare Souza has been forced to withdraw from his middleweight fight with Yoel Romero on February the 28th at UFC 184. Jacare is battling pneumonia, with UFC officials making the announcement on Thursday night that the fight was off. Rather than search for a new opponent, the UFC is planning to postpone the fight for a fight card later this year. And finally, Bellator is making some big waves, with CombatPress.com being the first to report that the promotion has signed Kevin Ferguson, aka Kimbo Slice. The former Elite XC and UFC fighter was responsible for some of the most watched fights in MMA history, including bouts with James Thompson and Seth Petruzzelli on CBS, and later being the key reason The Ultimate Fighter Season 10 was such a big success back in 2009. Slice was cut by the UFC after a loss to Matt Mitrione in 2010 and has not had any mixed martial arts fights since that time, but did compile a 7-0 boxing record since 2011. Fight Network is the place to be this Sunday for the UFC Fight Night card from Boston. Our preview show begins at 6 p.m. Eastern Time with myself, John Ramdine, and Robin Black getting you set for all of the fights. Then at 7 p.m. Eastern, the prelims kick off from the TD Garden, featuring Carl Pendred taking on Sean Spencer, as well as John Howard, Lorenz Larkin. 6 big fights coming at you on Fight Network, and then the main card begins at 10 p.m. Eastern Time over on TSN2 with Conor McGregor, Dennis Siver in the headline position, and then you'll want to catch our post show immediately after that night's main event. Here we are, John Ramdine and Robin Black. Never a shortage of news, guys. Lots of stuff to discuss, and I know, Robin, I thought of you instantly on this one. Bellator, they're going back to the well. These guys, I admire them because there is no apologies about what they are trying to do. Signing Kimbo Slice to come back. 40-year-old Kimbo Slice has not fought in MMA since 2010, but here he is coming back. Everything that is old is new again in the world of mixed martial arts.
Yeah, but you have to remember, you just think about that fight with James Thompson. We know that the Bellator's relationship with Spike, which is owned by Viacom. Elite XC was on CBS, also owned by Viacom. What were the numbers? Kimbo Slice versus James Thompson?
It was about 6.5 million people watched that fight.
6.5 million people watched that fight on network television. Kimbo Slice is one of those guys. Sure, everybody looks at him. He may not be a true mixed martial artist, but it doesn't matter. The guy moves the needle. People want to see him throw his fists, and I think there's a place for him in Bellator.
You can't wait
not
for
you, eh?
What fucking year is it? Like, what year is this?
I know.
What do you know? Like, right now, where we are, this is January of
2015.
Yeah. What? Really?
No interest whatsoever for you.
No.
So you're telling me...
I mean, I want to watch the best fighters in the world
Okay.
fight.
Okay, I get it, but...
In fairness, guys, let's talk about this. We have now spent more time talking about Kimbo Slice than Patricio Pitbull Freite and Daniel Strauss, who are going to have a magnificent fight on Friday night.
Of course.
And more interest is going to be devoted to Kimbo Slice and probably the official announcement on the broadcast Friday than a tremendous title fight that they have presented here.
That's-
Doesn't that tell you everything?
Yes, but at the same time, it's got to be like the Trojan horse. You use Kimbo Slice to lead people in, so when they get to the main event and they have Eddie Alvarez versus Michael Chandler, it's like, I never heard of this Michael Chandler guy. Then you get to see this epic war. People needed to see this, and that Michael Chandler Eddie Alvarez fight happened on the same night as Dan Henderson versus Shogun, an outstanding fight, and people saw these two giants of mixed martial arts, but the fight with Eddie Alvarez and Michael Chandler still rivaled it. So you use Kimbo Slice to lead people, and then you show them the great product, because Pitbull, clearly one of the best in the world.
Yeah, I love fighting. I love it when the best fighters fight each other. That's the kind of fan that I am.
Sure.
I'm only a niche within a niche, which is weird to say. Like, aren't we supposed to love the sport itself? But I know that we're losing a battle with that. I know that's a losing fight. And I know it because the whole world is this way now. You know, Psy a couple of years ago was the largest watched musician in the world.
Musician.
Exactly. Kimbo Slice, fighter.
Well, he gets punched in the face.
He does.
Throws down.
He does. Yeah. I mean, then that guy's a musician. He sung and he danced. I mean, it's the same kind of deal, right?
Name one other song besides the first one.
However, but you're telling me if you read tomorrow that Bellator signs at 205 pounds Kimbo Slice to battle Melvin Manhoff, you're not going to tune in.
Yeah, I probably will tune in. It's just the direction that it goes. We talked about this on Pollock's show on TSN Radio. You know, Beck Hyatt is on Twitter, and she's like, no pants. You know, that's the thing. And it's like, screw feminism. This isn't about feminism. This is about having Twitter followers. I understand it. We need to have reasons to have people pay attention to you in the most crowded landscape in entertainment history. If it's no pants, if it's Kimbo Slice, whatever it is, I get it. But lost in the thing is the beauty of the pure sport. The reason I left the music, one of the reasons I like the sporting world more than the music world that I left, is because there's no arguing. The best man wins a fight. You know, Britney Spears wasn't the best singer, but she had the #1 record. And it's kind of the same things happening in fighting.
We will see you all Sunday night, 6 p.m. Eastern, for our 1-hour preview show going into UFC Fight Night from Boston. Tons of action Sunday. We will see you then.